Irresponsible human practices in our world or communities appreciably increase the rate of climate change. Our lives and future generation deserves clean water and air, basic food, shelter and clothing. Our major campaign strategy is based on practical education through students, rural communities, NGOs, traditional authorities, and local government departments to reduce fossil fuel usage and embrace agriculture and forestry as a tool to rural development. For these facilitate ecosystem restoration. This will help Ghana and the whole world at large to impact positively to climate change. Fossil fuel burns to release extremely large amount of carbon dioxide, which is more than that needed by plants. The excess carbon dioxide remain unused and contribute massively to climate change as greenhouse effect, eventually causing global warming. Instead of depending on fossil fuel, our practical education stresses on converting other forms of energy like solar, wind, and hydro to the most needed electrical form of energy. Implementing energy converting means drastically dropping the fear of future generation perishing. Another major climate change action as part of our practical education campaign in Ghana is the use of agriculture and forestry in pivoting rural development. Planting new permanent, faster-growing plants and trees will help reduce existing greenhouse gases by increasing carbon dioxide conversion to oxygen, and this will reciprocally increase air and soil cleansing effects. By growing of plants, degraded land will be reforested and desert turning into forest. Communities engaging in agricultural practices as major tool to their development will produce medicinal plants for curing diseases, fodder for animals, food for man, and timber as raw materials for shelter, clothing, and many more. All these are positive economic importance leading to poverty reduction. In addition to the above mentioned points, legislative policies by local government must be enforced to curtail illegal mining, quarries, and also improper waste management that pollute air, water, and land bodies. There are other people around the world actively contributing their quota in climate change action. For example, Earth Day action in China. Earth Day is celebrated every year on 22nd April, but in 2005 in China, millions of people worldwide demonstrated the importance of environmental protection. This year on Earth Day, Alien Resources Group of China mobilized 10,000 company employees, farmers, and environmentalists to plant 2,000 trees in Inner Mongolia and other places. Combating desertification in the state of Palestine is another reinforcement. In June 2003, the Palestinian National Authority, through its Environment Quality Authority, has formulated a national strategy to implement the UNCCD. The overall objective of this strategy is to prevent, halt, and where possible reverse the effect and impact of desertification, land degradation, and drought in order to contribute to poverty alleviation, improve the livelihood of people, and achieve sustainable development. Water for Life UN Water Best Practice Award on the occasion of the thematic session on water cooperation at the Rio Plus 20 Summit in Brazil. The third edition of the Water for Life UN Water Best Practice Award has officially been launched on 21st June 2012. The prizes is awarded yearly in two categories, one in Best Water Management Practices and another one in Best Participatory Communication, Awareness Raising, and Education Practices. In many areas of South Africa, especially where garbage collection services are weak, the ethic of waste separation and compost generation is a factor. If plastics were removed, it could be sold. The value of compost speaks for itself, especially since the president encouraged people to grow their own vegetables. The recycling industry seems neglected all over, and not only in the third world. This combination of ignorance and neglect urgently needs to be addressed by all governments, since they have created the consumer society. All this climate change action stands to restore the ecosystem, making life on planet Earth more promising and bearable. Join the climate change action now. Affected climate is affected life, and affected life is affected world.